Hello fellow YouTubers, BexarPrepper here. Tonight we're going to make some yogurt. It's almost food storage yogurt. Close, but you have to have active cultures. In your first batch, you have to make with an active culture yogurt. But once you make that first batch, you can keep it going. So if you happen to have a solar where you can have a little bit of electricity, then you'll be able to keep this going if SHTF were to happen. But it's still a great thing to have in your food storage because it'll save you so much money over store-bought prices. So I'm going to make 2 quarts tonight. And so in order to make 2 quarts, you're going to need 3 1/3 cups of non-fat instant milk, which I have in the pot, and 3 3/4 cups, 3 3/4 cups twice is 6, 7 1/2 cups of warm water from your tap. So that's 4. So 3 1/2 more. That's 2 1/2. Alright, we're just going to heat this milk to 180 degrees. You need to heat it to 180 degrees so that you can kill off any bacteria. And so I have a thermometer in the pot so that I can keep an eye on the temperature. And so you just want to stir it to dissolve and then stir it occasionally so that the milk mixes up and you can test your temperature real well. One of the things that you have to have for yogurt is active culture yeast. So what I've purchased is organic, whole milk probiotic, Bulgarian yogurt, and it has no artificial hormones or anything. And it's got live, I don't know if you can see that. Let's see if we can get that. No, not going to be able to see it. Acidophilus. So this is going to be way too much for what I need. So rather than letting someone eat it all, what you can actually do is you can freeze this. And once you freeze it, the active cultures are still fine. So if you take an ice cube tray and you fill them up with the yogurt, then one of these is what you need to start your next batch. So I'm just going to fill all these up with my yogurt. And then I'll have my active culture for whenever I want to make it. Stick them in the freezer, pop them out, and stick them in a Ziploc bag. Okay, once it reaches temperature, go ahead and take it off the burner, and you're going to let it cool to 115 degrees. Now be very careful it doesn't scorch. It's very easy to scorch when you're trying to get it up to 180 degrees. Don't rush it. Once it reaches 115 degrees, and make sure when you're checking that, you stir the milk, because you will have different temperatures in different spots. So once it reaches 115 degrees, we're going to put our 2 to 4 tablespoons of yogurt in. You don't want to put it in any sooner because it'll kill the active cultures. And I'm going to use a ladle and put some of this milk in the jar. And just shake it up. Get all that good yogurt out of there. And then pour it in. And you're going to stir it up. Let it sit for a minute and then stir it again until all the yogurts dissolve. The warmth of the milk will cause it to melt. Yogurt's really good. What you can do is you make those bottom fruits. Just take a little cup, put the fruit in the bottom, and put your yogurt on top. You can eat it with your granola. You can strain it, which I'll do some, and make like a cheese spread. Can add it to as a substitute for sour cream. A lot of different uses for yogurt. Okay, so now all we're going to do is we're going to put it in a quart jar. Sorry about the angle. I still have not found my tripod mount. I still have a couple lumps in there. Okay, once it is melted, you want to go ahead and ladle it into a quart jar. I should have about 2 quarts here. Or you can pour it, your choice. We're going to put it in a dehydrator set on 95 to 100 degrees, or you can use the heating pad method where you set it on a heating pad, or use hot water in jars next to it in an ice chest. There's about a dozen different ways that you can incubate your yogurt. Just choose which one works best for you and stick with what works. I'm going to go ahead and pour. A little more than 2 quarts. And get a little cup.
Hey, Mama.
Alright, so we have 2 quarts and a jelly jar. We're going to put that in the dehydrator. Again, 95 to 100 degrees for 6 to 8 hours. And then we'll check it. Alrighty, it's the next morning. They were in there about 8-9 hours. There's quite a bit of whey. You can use that whey for bread, which I'm going to make a baguette for New Year's dinner tonight. Looks like it did really good. So let's take a taste. Tastes like yogurt, plain yogurt. Add some sweetened fruit to it and that'll be pretty darn good. So this is with powdered milk. Not bad at all. You can see, look, it firmed up nicely. Look at that. Kind of hard to tell on that one. But that's a solid mass. Okay, I took one of my quarts of yogurt and I strained it in a strainer with some cheesecloth, letting the juices drip out, and I made myself about 3 ounces of cream cheese. Well, let's find out. Where is my scale? Might be 6 ounces. Oh, crud. Made in England. kilograms. I'd have to dig out my other scale. But it's one package of cream cheese that you would buy in the store. So there you go. Homemade yogurt and what you can do with it. Blessings.